The results are in, and a lot of shrimp lovers in Tampa Bay are still not getting what they think they're paying for. Now, back in the spring, experts did some testing and determined that a lot of restaurants that claim to offer Gulf shrimp are actually selling shrimp that was caught overseas. Earlier this month, those experts retested many of the same restaurants. And let's give you these results now. Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer live in Tampa with that. So, Aaron, what did they find?
Chris, roughly 80% of the restaurants that were tested were still not being honest, according to experts. So the results are a little bit better, but still not the kind of thing that the local shrimping industry wants to see. Tampa's shrinking shrimping industry.
We're really proud of what we produce.
Is something Justin Versace has seen firsthand. His family's shrimping business has gone from 55 vessels at its peak to just 5 boats this year. Salvatore Versace says rising costs and competition from imported shrimp are making business difficult.
And they're selling stuff that came from India and Cambodia and China, halfway around the world.
And restaurants are often advertising cheaper imported shrimp as straight from the Gulf and charging customers more. In the spring, the Southern Shrimp Alliance brought in Seed Consulting, a food safety technology company. Seed tested samples from 44 restaurants in Tampa Bay and determined all but 2 were actually selling locally sourced shrimp. Seed's founder, David Williams, says he can tell if a shrimp was farm-raised in a pond by looking at its DNA.
If it's a farm-raised shrimp, then you know that it doesn't come from the Gulf.
Experts were back this month to retest shrimp at half of those businesses. The results?
80% of the restaurants we found serving imported product.
Not much has changed. Only 3 of the 22 tested this time around were actually selling shrimp from the Gulf.
It's a massive problem, and it's basically moving money away from our economy, Florida's economy, sending it overseas.
Salt Shack on the Bay in Tampa passed the test both times, and 2 other restaurants did begin selling authentic Gulf shrimp. However, Seed is declining to release the list of businesses that aren't being honest. Williams says he's focused on urging lawmakers to strengthen regulations that would force restaurants to tell the truth.
I want the commercial industry to survive, not die.
And local shrimpers are hoping consumers will help hold businesses accountable.
I would just people to tell them to be cautious when they go into restaurants and so on and so forth. There's a lot of misleading information out there.
Yeah, and the reason that Seed Consulting says they're not releasing that list of companies that are not being completely honest is that they don't think it's fair to name the restaurants that they did test and didn't pass the test, when in their opinion there are probably many others that are also doing the same thing but were not tested. That said, Chris, they're going to come back out and continue to test restaurants throughout Florida and right here in Tampa Bay in the coming months.
And you would think, you mentioned them talking with lawmakers to try to get legislation involved, that would be part of it, a law that requires a restaurant, hey, you can't advertise Gulf shrimp if you're not actually serving Gulf caught shrimp, right?
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're focused on, Chris. And there are laws on the books. It's also enforcing what Florida currently has on the books.
All right, Aaron Mesmer live for us on the ongoing shrimp story. Thank you, Aaron.